Hello, pipe community. Ethan, Parsimonious Piper here. Today we do have another Parsimonious pipe. A couple days ago I told you I was going to spend a little bit of time telling you about last week, where I got to spend some time with a couple of very good Artisan pipe carvers. And in fact, one of them, some of you guys have bought some of his pipes before, particularly a few of you at Muletown. One of them, Ron Smith of Ranz Freehands, took the time Thursday to spend a number of hours babysitting me through the process of hand carving a pipe. And he wouldn't let me pay for it, so that pipe was free. And that pipe is this week's Parsimonious pipe. You can see it's a little bit of a volcano-ish shape. Let's take a closer look. Now, when Ron asked me what shape I wanted to make, I thought, well, billiard is kind of exact, volcano is not, so let's do something volcano-ish. And, well, this pipe came out a little more ish, but not too bad. If you take a look from the front, you can see there's a little bit of asymmetry going on here. That is definitely not Ron's fault. That is all me. But this particular block did have a fairly nice flow of straight grain. Look around the back side of that bowl and you see just a little bit more of the same. I have got to get the lighting on my light box down to get rid of some of those blowouts. Looking around the back side again, you can see a little bit of that grain coming out. And on the bottom, there was some lovely bird's eye. There is one sand pit, and Ron said, hey, do you want to rusticate that? I said, nah, let's leave it there. The flaw isn't big enough to me to distract from all of that pretty bird's eye. Then we had to rework the top just a little bit, so we contrast stained the very top before we did our final buffing. And there you have it, folks. The very first rudder freehand, probably the very last rudder freehand. I can't thank Ron enough for the amount of time and patience that he spent with me. Showing me not to be afraid to really use the power tools. I didn't want to take too much off at a time, and he comes in behind me and presses right into the grinder, and there goes, a 1/100 of an inch in one little shot. It was a great learning experience. Tell you what, it gives me a real appreciation for guys who are real artisans. This little pipe is not symmetric. It's not symmetric from any direction, but smokes really well. This is my first bowl through it, and of course I break in all of my pipes with Carter Hall. This is a pretty deep bowl. This Carter Hall is going to last me a while today. But thank you so much, Ron. It really gives me, like I said, an appreciation for artisan carvers, and the amount of time when you look at a perfectly symmetric, beautifully shaped pipe, the amount of time that goes into learning how to do that. Hats off to all you guys that do it and do it well. Really enjoyed that. Well, that was most of Thursday. Another treat that Ron had lined up for us was a German pipe carver that Ron has worked with and learned from, Manfred Hortig. And I will leave a link below to both Ron's website and to Manfred's Facebook page. I'm not sure if he has a commercial site, but to his Facebook page, so that you can see some more of this guy's work. He is also very creative, does a lot of very interesting, completely non-traditional shapes. Take a look at a couple of pictures here real quick. You can see we had a group that met just outside of Gatlinburg. You see my ugly mug all the way over on the left. You see Richards from the Dread Tiger and the Gatlin Burley are over on toward the right. Right smack in the middle, you see Manfred and Angelica Hortig. It was a nice little get together. Ron provided some fantastic smoked pork. We all ate and chatted and had a good time. Now, one of the interesting things on Thursday evening was that Manfred and Angelica speak very, very little English, and most of the people there spoke very, very little German. We did have one gentleman who helped out a lot. In that group picture, I believe he was all the way over on the right, and he was fluent in German and very helpful. But when Manfred and Angelica were in two different places, he couldn't translate for both of them at the same time. Now, I had the joy of sitting down at one of the picnic tables there and having a conversation with Angelica for a while in my broken German. It's been so many decades since I have spoken it regularly. She was so charming, such a dear. She tolerated my completely broken pidgin German so well. We had a wonderful time conversing. Manfred und Angelica, vielen Dank, dass Sie Zeit mit uns verbracht haben. Sie waren wunderbare Gäste. For my English speakers, that was a thank you for spending time with us. They were wonderful guests. Now, of course, the evening would not have been complete if I had not come home with one of his absolutely lovely pipes. So, let's take a look at what I got. We'll do the reveal. Looky, looky there. Isn't that a pretty shape? Very non-traditional, like I said. Let's take a closer look. Here on this side, you can see the straight grain on the bowl just goes top to bottom, and that's true all the way around the bowl. There's an interesting piece of wood there, and if I recall correctly, it was some kind of an African wood. Manfred, an dieser Pfeifen, was ist das für Holz? Maybe I'll get a little bit of a response there and remind myself what kind of wood that is. At any rate, it is very pretty. If you take a look around the front, you get this kind of acornish shape. And again, he just follows this grain beautifully. Looking around the backside, more of that. And you can see the grain on this exotic wood coming out as well. Little peek from underneath. This contour fits my hand just perfectly. A very comfortable pipe to hold. And then a peek from the top, just to see again the lovely shaping on this. There you have it, folks. Just some beautiful work by Manfred, and you will need to check out his Facebook page to get an idea of just some of the wild variety of shapes that he does. I am so glad that that Ron introduced me to him and had him out there so that we could have a look at his stuff. Of course, I will leave a link to Ron's page below as well. Ron has some very interesting colors, textures. He does a driftwood and kind of a rock texture. And a couple of you guys that bought those really liked them. But I'll leave links for both of these guys that you can check them out some more. Thank you, Ron, for the time that you spent, again, helping me learn just a little bit of what goes into your work. With that, folks, light something you like. I love Carter Hall, and I'm enjoying it in my own pipe. Enjoy your afternoon.